Hi there, welcome to my Python tutorial series, and in this video we're gonna take a look how to deploy your own Telegram bot or your own Discord bot on the Heroku platform. Heroku platform abstracts away from some kind of virtual private service because it provides a higher level functionality for deployment your bots and services. And because of our Heroku is kinda platform as a service, we don't have to worry about the configuration details about our servers, virtual private servers, or some kind of. We don't have to dive into containerization technology. These are all underlying issues Heroku server covers by itself. Since the August last year, our Heroku servers discontinued free tier. But anyways, so as to use your Heroku service, first of all, you should create your own account. I specially created a new account for you. So as to create your account, you just need to sign up. After this, move into your account, for example, dashboard. Here in your dashboard, I've already created a new project, but it doesn't matter. You can create a new project. Just click here, select create a new application. You don't have to worry about your pipeline because that's not important for you so far. And here you just need to type application name. This is a special application name that you want to specify here and you want to choose for your bot. For example, I'm going to call this like Agram. You don't have to use here underscore. You can only use here, for example, name Agram bot test. Once you've typed this name, you just need to push create application. Maybe it asks you to fill in billing information, your credit card information. You just need to fill in this information. You don't be charged. In this case, you see a full instruction of how to start your project. First of all, you should download Heroku CLI. Heroku CLI is command line interface that lets you to interact with your Heroku repository and Heroku service. So in this case, I'll just open my Visual Studio Code. I have a directory deployment where my project is stored. I just need to type here a code, put here a dot, and my Visual Studio is open. And here, we're gonna notice the main files that's in my bot, but we don't see here environment file. We need to create environment file where we're going to store token API. Token API, this is going to be a token that your bot is probably using. Once you've inserted your token API, you should create here gitignore file. And in this gitignore file, it's important to include your environmental variables file, .env. So this file won't be deployed to your Heroku. You should also create 3 files: process file, requirements.txt, and runtime.txt. So to create requirements.txt, you just need to firstly activate your virtual environment, and after completing this step, you need to type here pipe freeze, the following symbol, and just type requirements.txt. That means that we take all the list of our dependencies that we are using in our project and push these dependencies into our requirements.txt. If we move into our requirements.txt, we can see here all necessary dependencies that were going to be used in our project. And these dependencies will be used by Heroku engine to create a Linux container, isolate these dependencies into environment that will run and execute our bot. We should also create a runtime.txt, and this runtime.txt we should print the name of our interpreter that we are going to use in our application. This is our worker. And here in process file, we should specify the worker and the command Python. And here we need to indicate the main.py. Main.py is just an entry point to our program, and main.py in my case, this contains the execution of main.function. Main function is just responsible for running our code. Once you've done this step, I just want to mention that you also need to have Git installed on your computer. To install Git, you can follow the following instruction. Just download for Mac if you have a Mac, or if you have Windows, you can download it for Windows. Once you've completed this step, you need to initialize the current folder as a GitHub repository. To do this, you just need to use git initialize and specify here dot. After completing this stage, your folder will be initialized like an empty git repository. This repository is empty because we haven't pushed anything at all yet. So to push this information, we firstly need to make a snapshot of our project and trace all the files that we should to deploy in our boat, except env file or some other files that you've specified here. After this, I'm going to make a commit to commit the changes that we've made here. This is going to be initial commit. It's a good tone to make an uppercase in your commits, but it doesn't matter. Once you've created all the commits of the files that you are going to deploy into your boat, you need to log in into your Heroku. And you also need to install your Heroku on computer. If you haven't installed this command line interface, you need to click on Heroku CLI button, and after this, you're gonna notice the following instructions for installing the Heroku CLI. I come back to my settings, we see the application name. We've already created an application, so we don't have to create new application. We just need to log in into our Heroku. To log in your Heroku, you just need to type any case here, any key. After this, you'll notice that your browser is open. You just need to press log in. Once you've logged in, you can just open your Visual Studio Code. And here I'll just add a special authorization token into my virtual environments, because our Heroku service does not provide environment files by default. We should specify here the configuration environmental variables manually. To do this, we need to address to our Heroku and write here the following statement. We should write here config set the name of our variable and the following variable. In my case, the variable is token API that we're going to use, and it's also worth noting that you should not put here any spaces. You press enter after this, and you'll notice that missing requiring flags. This happens because we did not provide any application to our Git, to our Heroku that we're going to use in our deployment process. To add this application, if you didn't create this yet, you need to type the following: create application and type the name of your application. If you've already created the application for your deployment process, you just need to type here git remote-a and the name of your application, Airgram boat test in my case. Once you've done this, you can type your configurations for authorization token again, press enter, and after this, you notice that your authorization token has successfully been set. Now, all you need to do is just push all the changes that you've made here to your Heroku. To do this, you just need to specify here git push Heroku and the name of your branch. In my case, this is going to be main. Alright, so once you've accomplished this stage, you need to open your browser. I'm going to close this tab, and here in your config files, if you reveal your config variables, you can notice that you have your authorization token. You can add additional tokens here or additional configuration settings by just using a user-friendly interface. You can choose the build packs here. In my case, I need to add build pack like Python. Your new build pack configuration will be used, but it's probably already has been set up. And if you now check your resources and update your application, that you'll probably notice the worker in Python main.py. You cannot swipe this button just because you need to pay for this product. As I've already told you in the beginning of this video, our Heroku service discontinued its free tier, so now we need to pay $7 for the basic dynos. You can change the basic to the eco, $5 a month, or professional or production services. That depends on your specific requirements. Alright, so in this video we've seen how easy and efficient it's to deploy an Airgram boat on Heroku. By using Heroku, we've been able to leverage its powerful features, such as automatic scaling, easy deployment, and simplified infrastructure management. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. See you in the next video.